Jeremy Cowart is an artist, a photographer who is taking his art and photography to new levels of influence, not only in the world of commercial expression, but also helping people who are in need using that art to make their lives better. We're going to learn more about that. Jeremy, welcome. We're delighted to have you.
Good to be here.
100 Huntley Street. It's kind of exciting to talk about photography and what you've done with it. Describe the path that you've taken to become a photographer, where you are today.
Yeah, I started out wanting to be a painter like Hannah, and then my parents so gently encouraged me to go into graphic design and computers, and then once digital photography emerged, dove into that, and it's just been a long journey. I started shooting friends in town. I'm from Nashville, so all my friends are musicians, so I would photograph them, and then that led to me shooting for record labels, which led to getting an agent, and then the next thing I knew, I was shooting in Hollywood, and so yeah, it was a very natural, kind of almost accidental progression.
In that progression, was there an aha moment when you said, I'm good at this, that people are responding to this, this is something I need to pursue?
I don't know. I mean, I guess so, yeah. I guess when the agent called me from Hollywood and said, I want to represent you, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should take this a little more seriously. But yeah, it's just been a crazy, 0 to 60 kind of path.
It's been said about you that you not only tell stories with your photography, but you give people dignity. Is that a goal, or is that conscious, or is that just kind of happened in who you are?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a goal. I mean, I just try to love people no matter the situation. Celebrities are used to being around divas and dealing with divas, and I try to come in with the Southern, charm and, the gospel, and just love people, and I'm laid. This is my attitude and mannerisms on the biggest photo shoots, and so yeah, I'm just always really laid back and hope to love people as best I can.
Talk to us about Help Portrait. What is it?
Help Portrait is a movement. It was an idea originally, me just saying, what if we all, as a global photography community, used all our experience and talents and cameras and gave that experience to people in need. So finding families that have never had a family picture taken, giving those pictures away, printing them on the spot, and handing them to these families who've literally never had a picture taken. And as you can imagine, your last family photos, I mean, they mean so much to any parent, any family, and so to provide that experience to people all over the world who never had their picture taken, I mean, that's what it's about, just loving them through photography.
And that began to resonate as you shared it, I guess, with friends personally and on the web?
Yeah, I shared the idea on my blog, and then it spread on social media. And so it went from my idea here in Nashville. Our very first event in 2009, we had people respond in over 43 countries and over 40 American states. And so it was literally an immediate global movement on our first event, our first day.
You mentioned earlier in our pre-interview or talk that you had really seen Canadians respond to your work and to your cause. Can you speak to that? Because so much of our audience is right there before you in Canada. Yeah,
well, after every event, we watch the publicity and the news, and across Canada, it's been overwhelming how much they've covered Help Portrait and how much they've given us, just shown the movement, shown people loving people, and it's been way more coverage than we've seen anywhere else. So I'm very thankful for that. To the whole country, literally all over the country, we've seen great publicity.
Well, you're resonating with Canadians, and whenever when Canadians get behind you, they can be loyal with a cause, and so I think you'll see that continue. It's meaning a lot to them. In the United States, we have a prominent web newspaper called Huffington Post, and founded by Ariana Huffington, named you not too long ago the most socially influential photographer. The most socially influential photographer. What do you do with that, man? I mean, congratulations, but I mean, what that must mean to you?
Yeah, it was mind-blowing, because there are other photographers that seem to be much bigger rock stars, if you will, that seem to get a lot more of attention. But yeah, this marketing agency called and said they studied all these algorithms, and they've done it in 20 other industries. But they said I wasn't number one on any algorithm, but when they averaged it all together, I was number one. And so, yeah, I mean, it was shocking, but just, you know, all I do is try to wear my heart on my sleeve and be honest, and
is
I
it,
guess it's working.
And being socially influential, are they speaking that through your projects and vision, your challenges, that you're able to move people from one place to the other, at least toward a cause or toward trying to do good?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope that's what that means. I mean, I guess it can mean a lot of different things, but yeah.
So we have the Help Portrait movement, and then you have something called See University, S-E-E, See University. Tell us what that's about.
Yeah, See University is basically an online education platform of me teaching pretty much everything I know. And it was inspired after losing my brother last year due to a sudden heart attack. He was a photographer as well. After he died, I just became fascinated with this idea of what if every person videotaped everything they knew in life and left behind an archive for their friends and family to learn from. And so, yeah, this is my version of that. This is me filming everything I know.
It's like a teaching channel?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
So are you doing technical stuff and practical stuff? Are you doing life stuff? Is it a little bit of everything?
All of the above. It's like sitting down for coffee and talking about balancing work and marriage and family.
Okay.
But then it's coming behind the scenes on photo shoots with celebrities. And then it is watching me work in Photoshop and Lightroom and all that good stuff. It's a lot.
So how does See University work? How does someone get involved with it?
Yeah, it's just seeuniversity.com, and it's a paid thing. I mean, it's a university, so it's a lot cheaper though than a normal university. But yeah, it's online education, and if you're interested in photography, or especially if you want to really take it seriously to become a professional, there's all kinds of education there to learn from.
So for you on your journey, there is this spiritual component. So it's central, I guess, to who you are.
Sure.
Talk about your spiritual journey, where you are. You've come through the grief of losing a brother, and our condolences to you for that.
Thank you.
And to your family. You've come through heartbreak and disappointment. You go through just doing life, parenting, husband. Where is the spiritual component for you? How is that on your journey? Where is it? Is it like is it an anchor? Is it a map? How would you describe your walk with God these days?
Yeah, well, my parents just, you know, as a kid, they hammered, you know, Philippians 4:13 into my head. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And so I just look at everything I'm doing as everything has reason, everything's connected in terms of spreading the gospel and loving people well. And I just realized too, with social media, that we're all leaders in different ways. And so everybody has different size audiences, but I call it a digital congregation. You know, we're all preaching whether we like it or not. We're all, every tweet, every Facebook post, we're all preaching a sermon. And so to me, it's like we're all writing this book, and what are we saying? And so I'm trying to show the world that I love my wife, I love my children, and I love these kids I'm adopting right now, and just try to be a reflector of God's love and, you know, do the best I can.
That's the story you're telling.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, for all of us, it comes down to just the few things that do matter the most: our relationship with the Lord and and our family, faith, obviously. What's next for you? What's on the horizon that you could just, you know, is there anything we can just peek inside into your world? Sorry for the joke, but your photographic mind. If we could look inside that mind of yours that does graphic arts and is thinking visually and messaging visually, anything on the horizon that you're excited about you could share with us?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately I've realized that God has made me an idea person. I'm known as a photographer, but I just have lots of ideas. I'm releasing a lighting product this year that I've invented. We'll try to keep growing Help Portrait. We'll try to grow See University. I have a much bigger vision for something 10 years down the road. Like I'm just trying to bring ideas to life, you know, one at a time, and it's hard, but I love the challenge.
Well, we would like for you to come back many times before the next 10-year period passed, and then when the 10 years pass, you want to announce that new vision.
That's
We'd like to have you back, but come
you.
to see us in between then many times.
All right.
Jeremy Cowart is our guest, and thank you so much for being a part of our 10,000 Reasons initiative, and thanks too for your art and your expression in the arena of faith. Yeah. And congratulations too on being recognized for doing it well.
Well, thank you, and congrats to you on 10,000 episodes. It's amazing. It's crazy.
Jeremy Cowart,
Incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.